blockchain is no longer a buzzword, but it's a transformational technology that will transform every economic subsector in the global world.
Blockchain could be perceived as a hype rather than being something that's transformative. So one of the key things that bothers me is the timeline for adoption. So blockchain adoption remains very niche 16 years after it was introduced.
1.4 billion people in the world are still unbanked. It's a huge problem that has not been solved. Blockchain, crypto has provided the solutions to that. Through blockchain, the fees are between 0 and 2%. Right? The money for the underclass get to their loved ones.
There are many alternatives now available that many companies are now working on to actually achieve the same goal in terms of providing that speed of remittances, facilitating payments, and also reaching out to the unbanked. In fact, we see many fintech companies. One good example is M-Pesa in Kenya. These are using technologies beyond blockchain to achieve these similar goals.
The fintech companies that you're talking about are all using blockchain technologies on the back end.
Illicit cryptocurrency transactions actually reach almost $41 billion. And the disturbing part is that illicit use of cryptocurrency is actually increasing in terms of range. So everything from money laundering, ransomware, scams, fraud, hacks, terrorism funding, and even avoidance of sanctions.
Scam has existed as long as humans exist. It's not a technology problem. Blockchain is traceable, whereas traditional fiat, how you spend it. I can assure you, you have 10 million today, you try to give it out in cash, you can't trace where those cash go to. In any given year, through the financial system, between 800 billion and 2 trillion is being laundered. In 2024, it has changed totally. The institutions, the government are embracing it big time. So with the launch of the Bitcoin ETF last year, the likes of BlackRock that used to be skeptical of this space are now embracing it. It's not only that. Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, if you look at the top financial institutions around the world, all of them either have a blockchain or crypto agenda because they realize how powerful this technology is. So United Arab Emirates government has said everything will be blockchain going forward. So they are investing in all different aspects. From the day a child is born, right? All those records in terms of health records, education records will all be blockchain, will be immutable, you can't change that. Which is perfect, right? Because it's a one-stop portal where you get all your information.
Is it really a case that these governments are investing in the technology? Because my sense is that they are really piloting with the technologies, and it is driven out of curiosity, out of interest, rather than a conviction. Blockchain is what we call an ecosystem innovation. What I mean is that when we look at AI, firms actually see direct benefits from investing in AI. The AI yields ROI within the firm, but whereas for blockchain, it really can only pay off not when one firm adopts the technology, but when multiple firms actually close the adoption gap.
So if you think about it, the hype is not around blockchain, but around AI.
70 to 80% of the firms are actually adopting AI in one way or another. So if we think about it as sort of the diffusion curve, they have actually crossed the chasm, they have reached the early majority, and they're actually at this part where probably the majority has adopted it. And it's the slow adopters that are actually catching on. Blockchain hasn't crossed the chasm. It is technology which is niche. There are ways for us to actually use the technology to actually allow us to do things a little bit better, a little bit faster, and with lesser cost. So is that really transformational?
Reimagine the future world. Places like China have never known that generation of check writing. So this technology will really skip many different generations in terms of use case. Digital wallets will replace banks. You'll be paid in stable coins. From there, you can do allocation, you can do your payments to different vendors, you can pay utilities from there, And you can put all your assets to good use. Instead of allowing them to just sit in bank, they can be earning yields for you. You can do allocation into different asset classes, from alternative credit to high-risk asset to even real estate that has been tokenized using real asset technology. And everything is in our wallet. I would like to say that we have made the case. It's no longer a buzzword. It's a technology that's here to stay. It has some flaws, but as with all technology, it has to be used in a responsible, ethical manner. And we see a very bright future for this technology, and we are all in this industry to try to build a much better future for all.
I am a teacher and an instructor who teaches on blockchain, so I do believe in the technology. But however, just like what Richard says, it's really a question of how do you use it. It's the humans rather than the technology. And I hope that we can see a future where the technology is being put to good use.
Thank you so much.
very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
At Nanyang Business School, we go beyond the debate. We prepare you to innovate at the intersection of business and technology. Nanyang Business School, where debate meets discovery.